Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Wednesday, January 25th, 2023. A driver suspected of DUI crashed into a wall at the Rib Company in 29 Palms. At approximately 5:30 p.m. on Monday, sheriff's deputies responded to a report of a single-vehicle collision at the Rib Company restaurant located at 72183 29 Palms Highway. Deputies arrived at the restaurant and found that the driver of the vehicle, Jacob Kingston, a 21-year-old resident of 29 Palms, and his passenger were both still inside the vehicle and were injured. Medical attention was provided to Kingston and the passenger at the scene. No employees or customers of the restaurant were injured in the collision. Kingston stated to deputies and officers from California Highway Patrol that he had had approximately 4 drinks before driving, and after consenting to a breathalyzer test, was found to have a blood alcohol content of 0.16. He was also found to have no driver's license and no insurance. Damage to the restaurant is estimated to be $60,000. Jacob Kingston was arrested for investigation into driving while intoxicated, being an unlicensed driver, and having no insurance, and booked at the Morongo Basin Jail. The Yucca Valley Planning Commission met last night to review and approve design details for local businesses and approve a cap on vacation rentals, maintaining it at 10% of the town's official inventory of detached single-family dwelling units as of January 2022. Reporter Hillary Sloan joins us with a closer look at last night's meeting.
At last night's meeting, EMS Tire's application to cover a cement block wall with reclaimed wood was approved. The Planning Commission also reviewed and approved an application for changes in the exterior fencing color at the R Bar. In other business, Town Attorney Thomas Jacks gave an extensive presentation on the amendment to the Brown Act. The Brown Act is California's sunshine law for local government and was enacted in response to public concerns over informal, undisclosed meetings held by local officials. Lastly, the town council heard the current housing update and approved the current 10% cap on short-term vacation rentals. For more information, see this story at Z107.7fm.com. For Z107.7, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
The Morongo Unified School District Board of Trustees held their regular meeting last night at Joshua Tree Elementary. Assignment reporter Gabriel Hart was in attendance and has the recap for us today.
Last night's MUSD meeting began by honoring Sandra Rayburn, who received a certificate of appreciation for her exemplary work in nutritional services at various MUSD sites through the years. Public Information Officer Tracy Sheldon gave a report on the Great Kindness Challenge launching this week at MUSD to, quote, enable schools and communities to be kinder, safer, healthier, and more inclusive places to live, work, learn, and play, unquote. Sponsored by the nonprofit Kids for Peace, this global initiative was originally launched at 3 Carlsbad schools in 2012. MUSD will be participating in this challenge from January 23rd to 27th, where lessons will consist of 15 to 45-minute exercises of interaction, reflection, and fun, complete with kindness toolkits that encourage, quote, smiling, learning about different cultures, finding common ground with classmates, picking up trash, and being kind to yourself, unquote. Board members approved all action items, including authorization for district to piggyback on other agencies' contracts, resolution to self-certify the federal micro-purchase threshold, the proposed budget for 2023, and the tentative agreement with CSEA regarding Article A. Reporting for Z107.7, this is assignment reporter Gabriel Hart.
At 4:30 this afternoon, the High Desert Water District will meet in its capacity as the Warren Valley Basin Watermaster at the district office on Inca Trail in Yucca Valley. Reporter Mike Lipsitz tells us what to expect at today's meeting and offers a little background.
Directors at the High Desert Water District are expected to review and adopt the Warren Valley Basin Watermaster Annual Report for the 12 months beginning October 2021. The district assumed this responsibility as part of a 1992 court order. The judgment called for the monitoring of rainfall and purchased and reclaimed water and its use by all major producers in the Warren Basin. Those include High Desert Water District, Joshua Basin Retreat Center, Hawks Landing Golf Course, and a well leased by the county. Today's meeting is open to the public via Zoom, phone, or in person. Links and passcodes for remote attendance may be found with this story at Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Mike Lipsitz.
Milltree, the Joshua Tree-based community outreach connecting veterans and other service members with the wider community through shared experiences and projects, will be hosting a fundraiser event, both live and streaming. Arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas says you don't want to miss out on this one.
Milltree's fabulously fun spoken word fundraiser, live from Joshua Tree, an award-winning community celebration with desert stories, songs, and poetry, curated by Cheryl Montel, is selling fast, featuring the talents of Abe Daniels, Amarita Creepa Watts-Robb, Anna Stump, Bryson Jones, Colleen Hake, Gary Daigneault, Joe Alvarez, Kevin Bone, Margaret Prescott, and Zara Khan. DJ Kim Faith Green will be spinning tunes while you enjoy complimentary snacks and have a drink from the No-Host Bar. Live from Joshua Tree will be held Saturday, January 28th, in the beautiful Sanctuary building at the Joshua Tree Retreat Center, and will also be live streamed. Doors open at 6:30, performance begins at 7. Tickets are available at livefromjoshuatree.com, sponsored in part by Z107.7. Reporting for Z107.7, this is arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas.
Some consider it to be the toughest one-day off-road race in the world, and it takes place right here in the high desert. Robert Hayden joins us with a look at the upcoming King of the Hammers event.
In just a few weeks, from February 2nd to February 12th, the Johnson Valley area will transform as off-road racers and fans from all over the world will converge for King of the Hammers, one of the largest off-road events of its kind. Last year, over 80,000 people came to the high desert for the 10-day event. The giant off-roading race will feature over 500 teams racing in a variety of classes, from T1 trophy trucks down to Class 11 VW bugs, UTVs, and an Everyman Challenge class, which has races for both stock and modified vehicles. The Johnson Valley Shared Use Area is located north of Joshua Tree out Old Woman Springs Road, and the 10-day event will see increased traffic on Highway 62 near that intersection, as well as heavy traffic on the two-lane road that leads to Johnson Valley, Soggy, Dry Lake, and other popular camping and off-roading areas. Increased traffic won't be isolated to the roads, though, as off-road fans are free to continue to use the public lands for OHV activities during the races. Sunfair Dry Lake usually sees an uptick in campers and off-roaders, and both weekends surrounding the races will most likely see busier grocery stores and gas stations as visitors stock up. King of the Hammers starts on Groundhog's Day, February 2nd, and goes until February 12th. You can see links to the race schedule and ticket information at this story at Z107.7fm.com. We'll have all of your King of the Hammer news as the event gets closer. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Robert Hayden.
On Saturday, the Yucca Valley High School wrestling teams competed in league finals. Girls placing and going on to CIF individual tournament are Asia Rialmo, Michaela Weldon, Caitlin Gustafson, Tatiana Bateman, Mallory Trevino, Maribel Tadeo, Mia Weldon, Chanel Geffert. And boys placing and going on to CIF individual tournaments are Marvin Burton, Jesus Morales, Jesse Wilson, Aiden O'Brien, Zayden Griffin, David Maya, Wyatt McDavis, Justice Mahaffey, and Dice Marcioni. The teams both had a great regular season, with girls 6-0 in league making it to the CIF dual tournament as a team, and boys going 4-2 in league. The Yucca Valley High School boys soccer team played a home game against Banning High School yesterday. Junior varsity lost 4-0. The team had a few standouts. Goalkeeper Michael Ramos had 6 saves. John Perez and Cole Thompson had good defensive games. Coach George Rodriguez named sophomore captain Enrique Perez as player of the game for his leadership and overall effort. Varsity lost 5-2. Junior goalkeeper Bruce Birch had 10 saves. The team's 2 goals were scored by junior midfielder Chaz Valur and sophomore team captain Adrian Tamayo. Coach Rodriguez named senior Zach Cardoza as player of the game for his effort and leadership. The teams will play another home match tomorrow against Desert Mirage High School. The Yucca Valley High School Lady Trojan varsity basketball team traveled to Banning High School yesterday afternoon and scored a 64-35 victory to keep their league record unblemished. The Yucca girls turned on the Jets to start the second half, outscoring the Broncos 31-2 in the third quarter to take control of the game after a sportsmanlike first half, which found the host Broncos up 26-21. Junior Cadence Terrence scored a game-high 25 points, including 19 in the second half. Senior Malia Ullery notched 11 points, while senior Julia Castillo came off the bench to score 8 points. Senior Ashley Lowe and sophomores Cece Gilmore and Taylor Monroy each had 6 points, and freshman Tegan Moon rounded out the scoring with 2 points. The Lady Trojans will take their 11-0 Desert Valley League record to Desert Mirage High School tomorrow for a 4 p.m. game, looking to improve their 19-6 overall record and clinch at least a tie for their 4th consecutive league title. And finally, the Yucca Valley High School Trojan boys basketball team took on the Banning High School Broncos last night and came out victorious with an 83-36 win. The Trojans came out strong defensively, limiting the Broncos to 13 first-half points. Daniel Mills was hot from 3, hitting 8 3-point shots on his way to leading the team with 33 points. Miles Harper gave the team some much-needed energy after a slow start with 10 points and 4 steals. Javin Hudson chipped in 11 points and helped keep the Broncos off the boards with 11 rebounds. Jaden Pierce had a nice overall game that included 12 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 steals. Anthony Love was outstanding, adding 9 points and committing only 1 turnover. Trey Scott had 6, and Maui Harper finished the scoring with 3. The win keeps the Trojans in a tie for first with Indio. The team is now 10-1 in conference and will take on Desert Mirage High School at home tomorrow night. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmetz.